Hey, how you doing there? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and today I'm going to be talking about guitar strings, acoustic guitar strings, and electric guitar strings. So this is a question from my Facebook group. I think my friend Michael asked this question, and he was just asking about just general string talk, different kinds of strings, what you need to look for when you're buying strings, and so on. So here is what I have to say about guitar strings. So what I do recommend, if you can, is try a couple of different brands to see what works for you, first of all. Okay, so first, kind of think for yourself, try out different things, see what works for you, okay? What I like to use is, for my acoustic guitar, what I love are these Elixir strings, okay? So these strings cost about 3 times more than regular strings. But in my opinion, and I've tried a lot of strings, these are just the best possible strings that you can get for acoustic guitar. They sound amazing and they last forever, right? And they sound really good for a long time. With regular kind of cheaper acoustic guitar strings, after a couple of days, it would kind of start to not have that fresh sound anymore, right? But with these, I have the feeling that my guitar sounds really good for a long time. And I mean a couple of months. I used to change them much more frequently before I discovered Elixir, but now I'll keep them on for a couple of months, you know? So Elixir for the acoustic guitar. And for the electric guitar, I like Slinky, Ernie Ball Slinky. And these are just the standard Slinky. There's nothing special about them. No extra coating on them or anything. I just really like these. They sound great. I've been playing these for years, okay? So now, kind of the other thing that we could talk about when we're talking about strings is the strength of the string, or the width of the string, right? I'm not even sure how to say it exactly, but the thickness of the string, right? So with acoustic guitar, there's a couple of things. So normally with acoustic guitar, you will see gauge. Normally you will see a 13 or 12 gauge for acoustic. And that sounds a little bit fatter, a little bit more powerful. You get a kind of a bigger sound, right? But for me, personally, I prefer 11s or 10s, okay? So let me just show you really quickly. You can see it. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. You can see it right here, right? Where it says 11, okay? And you can see here it says custom light. So I like the light strings because light strings are softer and they're easier to play. And also, the gauge is gonna let you either play with less strength and less power, or with more. Okay, so that's why I like 11s or sometimes even 10s. Right, you're gonna get a less fat sound, but the guitar is gonna be softer and easier to play. Okay, and for my hands, I want everything to be as effortless as possible. Okay, so for my acoustic, first of all, I want to have the action really nice and low, okay? So it's easy to play, again, nice and easy to play. And then I like having these either 11s or even 10s sometimes, light strings, okay? And Elixir. Elixir is the brand. And I'm actually going to put a link, a Amazon link. It is an affiliate link, and I will earn about 10 cents if you use it. So please make me rich. So I'm going to put a link for these and a link for these under this video, okay, if you want to check out what I use, all right? So these are the Elixir strings, and now for the electric guitar, what I like is these Ernie Balls, and I like to play with 9s, okay? The standard is kind of 10. You'll see people playing with 11s. I heard that Stevie Ray Vaughan used to play with 13s, which is insane because he bended the strings like a lunatic, and I can't even imagine doing that with 13s. Okay, it's crazy. But anyway, I like 9s. 9, 10, that's kind of the standard. I like 9s. Again, you can see that You can see that on the pack. It says 9 over there. All right. Okay. So that is kind of the basics of strings. There's not really much more that you need to know. Try out different gauges. See what feels good to your hand. The heavier the gauge, the fatter, kind of more full tone you're going to get, a little bit more bass. But the guitar is going to be harder to play, right? Especially if you're bending strings, it's going to be much harder to bend. The lighter you go, it's going to be a little bit thinner, a little bit more kind of high-endy, and it's going to be nice and soft, okay? One thing that you have to be careful about when you go down, right, with the lower gauge, and this is something that I think is overlooked quite a bit, is that when you're playing chords, the lighter the string, the easier it's going to be to bend, even if you don't want to bend, right? So often you'll see people playing chords, but they will be applying so much pressure that they will literally bend the string out of tune, right? They'll play a chord and they will play so hard that they will be bending down on the strings, and the chord will sound like it's not in tune, right? Because as you bend the string, you change the pitch, right? I actually had a student once with a Gibson BB King guitar, and every time he'd play it, it would sound like he wasn't in tune. And then I'd take his guitar and it would sound fine, and we couldn't figure out why. And then after maybe a couple of minutes or so, we saw that he was bending the strings, okay, too much. So that's kind of a con of the lighter strings too, right? Since it's easier to bend them, you could be bending them out of tune with your chords, okay? With heavier strings, that's not gonna happen as much, okay? So that's just a fun story. Watch out for that when you're playing. And yeah, all right, so that's really all I can think about now on the subject of strings. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will probably make a follow-up video one day and talk about whatever your question is. If you want to join the Facebook group where my friend, I think his name is Michael, asked the question, then there's also a link for that under this video, okay? So you can get the strings that I use, and you can join the Facebook group with the link under this video. I also have a free picture chord book. If you don't have that yet, then you know what to do. Download it, you're gonna love it. And that's about that. All right, Henry Olsen from Super Simple Guitar. I hope that this video helps you out. Experiment with different strings, experiment with different gauges, and see what you like, okay? All right, see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hello. Let's do this. Thanks for checking out this lesson. Now that you're still here, don't forget to subscribe right there where my finger is. Just hit that button, click on it if you haven't so far. And over here, you can see more videos to watch. All right, thanks for watching again. Thanks for subscribing, and I will see you very soon. Bye.